Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Used Jester. My name is Junior. Today we're going to look at a few figures that I just got from Amazon. These are from the 3.75 vintage line, the Clone Wars, Ahsoka and the Clone Wars. Um, I bought these because they were on sale, and that's usually kind of what I'm looking for with these figures. But these are newer figures though. This one is close to an actual retail price at 15. um, and Ahsoka was $8.62, and then Aayla Secura is $12.49. But I also want to throw in these old ones that I got from Book Off. Again, this is $3 and this is $5. I have him right now as a stand-in until I can get the actual Admiral Akbar. But I think it'll be good enough. Even if I get Admiral Akbar, I can paint him up to be another. Um, what's the name of these guys? Whatever. And then I have two of these already, so um, that would be a good addition. But let me go ahead and tear these out of the packaging. Now I'm not really much of a package guy, but for the sake of easier to throw away, this is what I usually do. Just make sure I grab a really sharp knife, and I just like poke it in, and then I just let it slice through. And that's how I usually cut it. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with these packaging, um, but since they don't really take a lot of space when I'm done, so by the time I'm done, a card usually looks like this, and um, these are the ones I've gotten so far. As you can see, some of them are bent. Actually, most of them are pretty good, except for a few that's bent. Like I said, I might throw these away. I'm not sure yet. But I figured since it's easy enough to do, and they're all pretty, as you can see, they're all pretty intact. But they have stickers, and but they all have stickers. So I don't know. Maybe I will throw them away anyway. But it's easier to pack it in like that anyway. I also noticed that almost all of the Amazon um, ones have these stickers. So again, I'm not much of a collector for these things, but I'm assuming those people who are absolutely pissed about these, because I would be if I was a perfect collector. But so I'm just basically left with these, which are easy enough to open up, and then I just toss these aside. All right, so now we have them out of packaging. Let me show you why I've really gotten into this line with the 3.75 inch vintage line. First of all, this guy, I don't know what his name is. I'm looking it up. Professor Hu Yang. I know he's from Ahsoka. I wasn't entirely sure I was gonna get him, but he was on sale, and I do want droids in my collection, and this guy is somewhat unique and also does tend to stand out on the Ahsoka series. Um, it's interesting. He trained the Jedi in their fighting skills, I suppose, and he helped them um, construct their lightsabers. So that alone kind of made me intrigued about learning more about his character. So he's been with the Jedi for a long time. Um, but it comes with this backpack over here, which I didn't know. I didn't even know he had 4 arms. But apparently, you can remove this, and this is why he has this second set of arms that you can put in and plug in, I suppose. And then you can plug it back into his back, and he basically has the 4 arms. Kind of creepy. But I mean, if I the thing is, I'm gonna lose this, so I'm probably gonna. Oh, look, I can only do that one set. So I'm probably gonna do and attach these, so he's now gonna have 6 arms. 'Cause I don't want to lose this. So it looks like the elbow part only plugs into the bottom, and then the top part only plugs to the back, the top. So I can only do that. And this is not how the character is meant to be done. But yeah, so I got him, and he comes with these other accessories, I suppose, that we're gonna put in. But he's $15. I went ahead and paid almost a full price for him because he might go up in value, so I don't want to have to pay higher price for him. But articulation wise, it goes like that for the arm. He has a mid torso articulation over here. It goes all this much movement up and down. He's got the elbow connection over here, and then there's a swivel at the elbow itself. The arm has basically just a swivel, and he does a waist twist, and his pelvic region has that nice horizontal peg connection, so it goes all like that. So this is the kind of pelvic articulation that I want, the one that connects horizontally. He's got these guys basically just have single jointed on the knees and elbows, and this one also seems to have the ankle pivot connection, so that's good. So this is basically the type of articulation that I really want to see in all my vintage line. It gives them the best range of articulation, so I'm really happy about this one. Then now comparing to Aayla Secura, now she is from the Clone Wars, but this looks more of a not a cartoon version or an animated version, more almost like a live version. So it could have been from the movie itself, when we saw her get killed. But now let me talk about the articulation first. Obviously her head goes like that and all that stuff. Same thing with the robot Professor Hu Yang, where her elbow goes like this, like that, single jointed on the elbow. Make sure you're facing it the wrong way so you're not facing it. Oh, I like her finger design over here where she's pointing like that. The midriff cut goes all the way. She has a waist swivel. Come on. No, she doesn't. It's got a cut, but she's not twisting. So that's kind of interesting. But her mid-torso connection over here allows her to do that and that. Breaks off the sculpt, but it's okay. Man, she doesn't have a waist swivel. Okay. But let's see. Her pelvic articulation is going from the top. I can tell already. It's connected to the top because she'll kick outward as she's moving it up. So that's coming from the top. So I don't like that. She's got a single knee, and then you'll notice that her ankle connection does not have that cut that goes like this. So she can only do up and down on the ankle, no side to side. So that's disappointing. Now, the sculpt wise, the paint wise, everything on the head, it's excellent. It's exactly what I want. So let me zoom in on that head. That head looks awesome. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Her sculpt, the body proportions. I mean, she's a toy, but she's sexy. Look at that. Look at the torso. That looks cool. This is not really that good looking, but so she's the character. She's a character that looks really, really nice, but the articulation is lacking, in my opinion. Like, again, this is the type of articulation that I want from all the 3.75. I'm betting that she's a carryover from an older design. That's why she has a more limited type of articulation. Now, for these 3.75, I always connect the unlighted lightsabers because I just know I'm going to lose them. So this is Ahsoka, and somebody probably knows more which side these goes in. I just picked the side so I won't lose it. So this Ahsoka looks like she's more of a teenager. So this is probably from the later years of the Clone Wars when she's left the Order. I kind of wish I could get one that's when she's younger because that's what I wanted to get more. So her articulation is limited by the sculpt of her head. Same thing with this one. Single, and I forgot to do. Let's see. She doesn't have a wrist swivel. Aayla Secura does. So that's another disappointment for her. Wait. Oh, so her swivel is from the gloves, I suppose. That does the job. But the thing is, she doesn't have anything on the waist. She only has a waist swivel, and that breaks up the articulation a lot. I do prefer this kind of articulation. And then for the wow, she's got a cloth skirt, which is kind of weird to see. That's actual cloth over there. And her pelvic articulation, she's got a really old one where it's just a cut. Look at that. So this doesn't even go sideways, only goes front ways, and her ankle goes up and down only. She has a above the knee cut. Okay, so interesting. A disappointment for sure. It's only $9. So this actually is a good range of the progress of articulation that I'm noticing on the vintage line. So this is really disappointing because it just regressed farther and farther back to the point of articulation. So this is actually a good history of articulation that I'm learning about the vintage line. So this is the most recent, semi-okay. This is not good. And then, of course, this is the Kenner, right? So this is the reason why I ended up just going for the Kenner. It's only $3, and it doesn't have articulation on the elbows and the waist. It's got very, very limited articulation, but it's good enough to represent. Like, if you're re-releasing these new figures into the vintage line, Hasbro, come on, just upgrade the articulation to your most recent one. Now these two are from older characters, so I'm assuming they're just re-releases. This is from a newer TV show, so they had to redesign a completely new character with a completely new mold. So they just went ahead and did the full articulation that I'm looking for. So this must have been like, I don't know, maybe 2009, 2007, I don't know. More knowledgeable people about Star Wars vintage line would know more about that. That's kind of disappointing though, because if we get a newer release of Ahsoka, I didn't get the one from the TV series. I'm not I'm betting you that one has a better articulation, the best articulation. Um, from for this one, this is from the Bad Batch 4-pack that I got, and the funny thing is, it's got the same one. Okay, same thing. See how he'll kick back to the side? That's connected to the top, not not horizontally. Um, and it doesn't have the ankle articulation. The funny thing is, this is kind of disappointing. And hell, it's $4 a figure is what it ended up being, right? So I don't really mind. But what I want to point out is I'm getting these knockoffs from China, right? And they're 375, 320 a piece is what's ending up in being. And the articulation point in this one is almost similar to the Bad Batch one. I kid you not. I mean, maybe here in the pelvic region it's a little bit better because this one doesn't go sideways, but it's got everything else. That's the only advantage of this guy, right? But it's 375 and this is $4. I'm still getting this but only because they're like $16. Yeah, $16 for a 4-pack. So I'm gonna get these as much as I can because it does have more paint application, has more articulation range and everything. But you know, I would never pay $60 for this. That's crazy. It's crazy they were asking $60 for this. And that's one of the things I'm kind of finding in the vintage collection line is their reuses of older figures and repainting it and then putting it out for the collectors. I don't like that. So that's the reason why I sort of suspected it, because they're older characters. I was suspecting that their policy seems to be they've already got a mold for these figures, so they're just using the old one. But for the newer ones, I'm still seeing that new articulation that I want. So that's only coming from the new characters that we're seeing from the new series. And those are the only ones that I kind of consider paying full price, because I'm getting everything that I want, even though the full price at $17 kind of hurts, you know, because $17, that's, you know, 5 of these, right? Yeah, $3 ones. But anyway, that's it for my review of this particular bunch of stuff. And this is the other one I wanted to show. And I hope you guys liked it. And I've got more coming in because I've got more of these coming in. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Have a nice day. Bye.